There's an objective and there's a goal at stake here. And in order to do that, we're going to need availability from everybody. We're looking for guys that want to come in here, be part of something bigger than themselves, play selfless, play team basketball, and be available. And that goes not only for Kyrie, but for everybody here.
Wow. So he said that, didn't he? So Jay Williams and Amar'e Stoudemire and Uncle Seth, no relation. And Vince, go ahead, Vince. I see the look on your face. What's your reaction to that?
Did he say something wrong? That's setting the table. That's making sure everyone understands from here on. That's the San Antonio way. That's the San Antonio mindset. That's understanding when you come into this building, when you come to this organization, we're playing one way. We're only tolerating this. And that's Sean Marks and the organization putting their foot down now saying, yes, you are great, Kyrie, and whoever else wants to come here, but we need your availability because your availability helps us win a championship or gives us the best opportunity. So, yes, I like what Sean Marks is doing and what he said, and I don't see a problem with it. That's just setting the stage for everyone from this day forward, understanding how we're going to play and what's expected of you and your availability.
All right, that's really well said. And I want to come to Amar'e here, and for anyone who's, not aware, Amar'e, you're on the staff with the Nets through this season, so I would never ask you to divulge anything that would be private or anything like that, but how could you describe for everybody the challenges that were created by Kyrie, his not being there for as much of it as he wasn't and all of that? How did that, as you look back on it now, affect the team and the season?
Well, I think for any team, if your star player is not available for a majority of the season, your chemistry can't, develop. And you have new players coming in. We made some trades and new players coming in, so you want to make sure that chemistry is being built properly. And if you're not available to play, then that chemistry cannot develop properly. So I think, I think Sean Marks is spot on with this. I think he's definitely trying to set the tone for the franchise and the organization on what they want to accomplish moving forward. And I think he's spot on with it.
How are the relationships there? Again, without asking you to divulge anything that would be private, but a lot of us look at it from the outside and we think to ourselves, how can they all possibly be functioning together with as many distractions and as much adversity as they went through? And then, of course, the sweep at the end. How would you describe what the atmosphere was like amongst everybody as you were in that playoff series?
Well, I think the guys came together. Everyone understood. Kyrie's not going to be there full time because of his beliefs and whatever. But I think the team really got a chance to understand that, and we tried our best to build that chemistry properly, despite of the ups and downs. And Sean Marks somewhat set the tone, and Steve Nash as well somewhat kept guys together and kept guys focused despite of the ups and downs throughout the season.
If Kyrie is there, I know it's an impossible question to answer, but in your heart, if Kyrie was there all season and things were more comparatively normal, would the Nets still be playing right now?
I think so. Yeah, I truly think so. I think that would have helped the team somewhat understand how to play with Kyrie. Kyrie would have got a chance to build a chemistry with the guys, with other players on the team on how guys work together, and I think it would have made a difference in the postseason.
Jay Will, what's your take on what Sean Marks said and all of it?
Well, number one, to answer that question that Stat just answered, I don't think you lose James Harden if Kyrie's available for the whole season. I think that's a three-headed monster that nobody's going to beat in the NBA, frankly. I hear what Sean Marks is saying, and I agree with what Vince said about it sets a tone. But at the end of the day, this comes down to the relationship between KD and Kyrie, to me, frankly. Because Sean can say that stuff, and it's great. But if Kevin Durant and him have that private conversation, and I think Kyrie's going to be available this season, but KD is the leader of this team.
What conversation?
The conversation about, hey, look, we've been through this. I need you to be available all the time. Like Joe Tsai, Sean Marks, they can say all that stuff. But at the end of the day, like, KD's the one there. And if KD and Kyrie are on the same page about that, then everything else will be okay. And if they fall off the same page, that's where I think you'll see Sean Marks interject himself again with something a little bit more demanding.
Is that right? I think
it's unfair to ask that if that's right, but I'm just saying.
No, I mean, it's reasonable at least to say Kevin Durant obviously has a lot to say about how this thing goes forward. Is that a reasonable assumption for all of us to make?
Yeah, I think it's important for your franchise player to speak to your teammate about what his goals are as a player. What do you want to accomplish as a player? You want to be, I know you didn't make the top 75 group, but do you want to be one of the all-time greats? Do you want to, achieve more in this game of basketball? And do you want to put yourself out there in a full-time capacity so the guys can really grow as a group? And I think Kevin Durant will have that conversation with Kyrie, and they both will come together and figure it out.
Let me get Seth in here again from a coach's perspective and all the rest of that. What is as you hear this conversation and you heard what Sean Marks said yesterday, what's your reaction to it all?
Sean Marks, what he said was exactly right, but there's got to be accountability to his words. You can't just make a statement and not have accountability to his words. Look, Kyrie Irving is a savant. I mean, he does things that very few people in the game can do. That sounds great, but you got to guard your culture every day. If you don't guard your culture, because there's always something with Kyrie. I don't care. He's a great player. I love his game. His ability is unmatched, and I agree. It's Kyrie and Kevin Durant, but you can't come out and make those statements and then not hold people accountable. You got to have both feet in, and you got to guard your culture every day, because in the playoffs, when you really have to win, if you don't have a team that's all pulling in the same direction, you're not winning the games you need to win to advance in the playoffs. So it's great that Sean Marks said that. It's great that Kyrie and Kevin Durant got to be on the same page. All those things are great. But I'll tell you one thing, if you don't guard that culture every day, and if you don't have guys that you can count on, you're not winning the games you need to win a championship. And I would think that Amar'e and Vince, you'd agree with that.
And let me get one more from Jay here. Pardon me, because I'm going to lose you back to radio in a couple of minutes. So we heard what Sean Marks said yesterday. I'm going back to when they got eliminated and Kyrie Irving's statements. I'm doing this off the top of my head, so it's not a direct quote, but it was something along the lines of, well, we'll be looking at this. We're leading here. I mean, he basically made it sound like he and KD are making the decisions going forward.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.